are Locked On Red Sox, your daily Boston Red Sox podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, you want glass half full. I just wrapped up Locked On Celtics postcast, and the Celtics have put themselves in a great position to defend their NBA title from a season ago. They're embarking on a playoff run that gets underway next week, and they're in position to win their 19th NBA title. A lot to be done in the playoffs, but you have to feel optimistic about the Celtics. The Red Sox, not right now, not in any way, not in any shape, not in any form whatsoever. The Red Sox, just use the word, embarrassed Friday night in the series opener in Chicago against the White Sox, who entered Friday on an 8-game losing streak. You're right where you need to be. If you want to avoid some frustration with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, no sugarcoating it right now. I'm Steve Lennox, glad to be on board with you. Thank you for being on board with us. Longtime play-by-play announcer, show host, called games from the Tokyo Dome, Dodger Stadium, Target Field, Minute Maid Park, Kauffman Stadium, Jacobs Field, Globe Life in Arlington, and LaLasha Park in Lowell, Massachusetts, providing reaction. And there's not a lot of positive reaction right now with every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as a Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcast. The catching situation right now is not pretty. But how you continue to have catcher's interference twice on Friday, by the way, and 5 total errors and very little offense. And Sean Newcomb, bottom of the first inning, maybe able to wiggle out of trouble, but threw 11 pitches to the first batter of the game, and that sort of kind of told you how the night was going to go. We want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation. Watching live with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button. Join the conversation. Also follow me on the X at Lennox on Baseball. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day, part of the Locked On Sports Podcast Network, your team, your Red Sox every day. So the Red Sox, a game under 500, have dropped 4 of 5. You think win in walk-off fashion, avoid the sweep against the Blue Jays on Thursday, go to Chicago, take 2 out of 3. Well, now you got to win the final 2. And don't be surprised at all if the Red Sox go into the final game of the series on Sunday with Garrett Crochet, their new ace on the mound, facing his former team, looking to avoid the series sweep. Red Sox did not have a good trip into Chicago last spring against the White Sox. And losing the opener the way they did, even if this was a 3-2 game, you've got a bitter taste in your mouth. And I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's going to be a while. You can't be fooled right now. Even if this team goes 4-2 on this road trip through Chicago and Tampa, Florida against the Rays, you can't trust it right now. 5 errors. Are you kidding me? Sean Newcomb, leadoff walk to Miguel Vargas, 11 pitches in the first inning, came back, got the next 3. The Red Sox never led in this game. And I just find that I don't find it unbelievable or impossible because it's exactly what happened. Offense showing you almost nothing. But the big numbers, you look at the line score, 1 run, 7 hits, 5 errors. 5. Red Sox up 2-0, or White Sox, up 2-0 after 2, and just keep adding on. 4 in the 4th inning, a run in the 5th, 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th inning, and the Red Sox not doing much of anything. Jarren Duran, 0 for 5 in the leadoff spot. Devers, a couple of walks, 0 for 2. Bregman, double, 1 for 3. Casas, 1 for 4. I want him out of the cleanup spot ASAP. Get him out of there. Casas, numbers of the night, miserable against right-handers. Miserable. Story, base hit, 4 at-bats. Abreu, couple of base hits, struck out a couple of times, 11 strikeouts total. Oh, by the way, the team leading the majors with their hitters and strikeouts, adding to that leading total in the Red Sox with the 11 more strikeouts on Friday night against the White Sox. Story, a leadoff single in the 4th inning. First time they had the leadoff man on base in the first 4 innings. Abreu struck out. Campbell struck out. Story, stolen base with 2 outs in scoring position. Sable, not long for the Red Sox. Struck out, inning over. Bottom of the 4th, 4 runs across, 6-0. Chase Mydroth. You want a positive? The former Red Sox prospect going back in the package for Garrett Crochet, walked in his first Major League plate appearance, had a base hit, got that 4-run inning going in the 4th inning. There's your positive of the night. A former Boston Red Sox prospect coming through with his first big league base hit. You have to feel good for Chase Maedroff because you need something to feel good about on this Friday night as you commit 5 errors in the game. Casas, I think we might be missing the boat on what I'm saying about Red Sox players right now. When Devers got off to the bad spot, he wasn't going to AAA Worcester. He was going to extended spring training. He was going down to Fort Myers. That didn't happen. He's on track, right? But there are guys right now, there's a saying, I've said it before, hard enough to get there, even harder to stay. There are guys right now, you have to be looking at Ceddanne Rafaela. You have to be looking at Tristan Casas and saying, you know what? You're going down. We got guys in AA and AAA who are knocking on the door, who are hungry, and who are going to push the panic button and be ready to go. But that Casas error, I'm tired of seeing errors like that from Tristan Casas. I really am. Winkowski an error, Rafaela a rare error. Sable had 2, catcher's interference. And Casas, just right now, Duran, Devers, Bregman, Casas, Story, Abreu. You've got a deep lineup. But right now, put Abreu in the cleanup spot. Move this thing around. Something's got to happen here. And I do believe you continue to embarrass yourselves in Chicago. You drop 2 out of 3 in the series, something's coming. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to speculate. But something's going to happen. You've got enough games now, 7 and 8 through your first 15. It's not panic time, but there needs to be a message. I've recorded Nesson postgame. I want to hear what Alex Cora has to say. You can't always, and I haven't watched all of the Netflix documentary, you can't always go to bat for them 100% of the time. You need to light the fire. I don't know if it's right now, but it's awfully close. If not now, when? And you kind of are fretful of what when could be, because the way I see it, losing 11-1 for a team that's now 3-10, and they entered Friday in an 8-game losing streak, and they're not scoring runs. You commit 5 errors in the game. I don't want to hear about elements. I don't want to hear about the weather. I don't want to hear about any type of excuse for this team right now. Sean Newcomb, hey, I'm not calling for any of these guys going to the minors. I'm happy for every guy who tastes the big leagues. But Newcomb, you're just playing with fire. And he shows you glimpses of what he's capable of, but he can't put it together. And maybe you want to keep the arm. I don't know what his options are, but 4 innings, 6 runs total, 2 earned. Walk 2, 94-60. Overall, the errors behind him resulting in 4 unearned runs. Winkowski, 3 innings. And say thank you to Josh Winkowski right now, because you only used 2 relievers. Winkowski gave you 3, and he threw almost 49 pitches total. Cannot, and there are big league teams right now, and the Red Sox are one of them. You cannot continue to run out 3, 4, and 5 relievers every single game. So Winkowski, in a lot of ways, picked you up. Really did. Picked you up in a big way. I'm a little nervous right now. I am going to do it. I'm going there right now. Comments. All right. We got a lot of comments, and rightfully so, because this is the place to come. This is where we want you after a Red Sox game. Right now, have at it. But with all the comments we had, I thought maybe, we can't hear him. And he's just going off on a diatribe, and he's going off the edge. We can't hear him. You guys can hear me. Adam Baum, absolutely embarrassing. Yeah, there's no sugarcoating it right now. None at all. Adam Baum again. Casas needs to go. I don't want to use the first word you used there, Adam Baum, but I appreciate you checking in. If it continues, and really, right now, he should be on notice. I mean, last year was a lost year for Tristan Casas. When's he coming back? When's he doing this? And I'm good friends with a former Red Sox minor league guy. Former minor league player, long time ago. He's been with the Red Sox organization, was with them for a handful of years in a variety of different roles, including being a manager in their minor league system. And with Casas, you've got to take the quirkiness and you've got to take all those things, and you've got to take him wanting to annoy you on a daily basis with the things that he does. You got to take the quirkiness when things are going good. If you're going to do it when they're going good, you got to do it when they're going bad. Don't switch, but Alex Cora is on my TV right now, off in the distance on Nesson. It's a big moment for Alex Cora, and it shouldn't be that way early on in this season. You've put your manager in this situation. It's not right. Not right at all. G's World. 2 for catcher's interference. Yeah, Sable. Grandal has signed, but he's going to need time in the minors before he can get back. G's World. 2 catcher's interference. Sable owned on that base path tonight. Yeah, sorry, but he just isn't it. Yeah, he's a backup guy, and he's not even a backup guy in the big leagues. Hit 13 home runs 2 years ago with the Giants. Really didn't. I don't even know if he got to the big leagues in 2024. It was minimal at bats, minimal games. Every team will do this now. Yeah, and I was listening to the EEI with Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman during the game, and yeah, I mean, everyone's got the green light right now. You get on base, you can run against Sable. That's out there. And it was out there before he even came to the Red Sox organization from the Giants organization. Adam Baum, fire Fatsy. Hey, I'm on record, Adam Baum. This team can't hit consistently. Something's got to give. I don't agree. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I don't call for anybody's job. I don't do it. But I'll tell you what, if there's going to be a change, I'm throwing this name out there because I think you need something big. Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran. If you're going to make a change with the hitting instructors that they currently have, Fatsy's the lead guy. But I don't want a promotion from within. I think it's cyclical, and I think we're going to see it here this year, maybe in the next couple of years. I think you're going to get phone calls to former big leaguers and guys who will say, hey, come back. We want the former big leaguers. Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran has hitting principles that are probably very similar to what the Red Sox preach in the minor league system at the big league level. But when you're striking out 10-plus times every single game, that needs to end. Carlos Beltran can get in line. I'm just throwing that name out there right now. But there are too many former big league hitters sitting on the sidelines. And I think organizations need to go back and start using those guys, utilizing those guys. They've been there. They've been there. So if there's going to be a move, I don't want to, we're going to promote from within. No, I don't want that. I want to go outside the organization, get a fresh perspective. But I'm not calling for anybody's job. I'm adamant about that. I've never done it. I'll never do it. Can I agree there might need to be a change? Yes, I can. But I think everyone's aware of that right now. And if there is a change, it's not necessarily on Peter Fatsy. It's on the hitters in that lineup. You're in the big leagues. You're expected to do one thing, and that's produce. I'm fired up. I am fired up. G's World. Seti, let's go, boys. I really thought Bregman was going to cash in on those on the bases loaded. Just really deflating. Yeah, everything's been deflating with this team right now. Yvonne, trade Casas, send Rafael AAA, blow up the bullpen. I know people say it's only 15 games into the season, but even the Sox announcers said you kind of got to hope this isn't just who they are. It is 15 games. I don't think it's necessarily who they are. They're only a game under 500. How many full games have the Red Sox put together so far this season? You can count on one hand. And they've got 7 victories where they've gotten starting pitching, bullpen, timely hitting, and defense. They haven't clicked on all facets of the game all that often through the first 15. Do we want to really be talking about this at the end of April? No, it's time. It's time. Everybody's playing in nasty weather. Everybody. Red Sox can't do it? Yeah, they can. They're just not doing it right now. Numbers of the night. Look ahead. That's all next. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, we are presented by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trade, Supply House. Whether you are in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, you'll get exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading services, so you'll always be able to talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free TradeMaster program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the TradeMaster program with Supply House at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off on your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Again, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. Supplyhouse.com. Not really the way you want to start your weekend. I encourage you to pay attention to the Celtics. They'll make you feel good. I went from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum with the Celtics and Red Sox within the last hour. Because the Celtics Friday night, Locked On Celtics Postcast, you can go there. Yes, I'm Johnny self-promoting myself right now with Locked On Sports. That's where we're at. And guess what? I got one more to go as well. Because in case you didn't know it, we do have yet another Locked On Sports, Locked On Baseball podcast going for you. And it's very similar to a postcast as well. But we do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on the national scale. Find MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB YouTube channel or wherever you get or listen to your podcasts. Again, I'm going to be hosting with Lindsey Crosby. We'll probably go live with Locked On MLB Game Night during the 1 a.m. Eastern hour. Richard Fitz is next. Come on, Richard. Pick him up. Pick him up in a big way. 8 games, 16 errors. Team leads the majors in strikeouts. Maybe they are exactly what they are through the first 15. They're actually Red Sox right now, fortunate to be a game under 500. Fortunate. Andrew the GOAT. Can't believe the Red Sox really lost to the White Sox. Maybe it's a wake-up call. Caught Lou Merloni, Dave O'Brien late, and Lou Merloni saying, hey, you can't go into a series expecting to sweep, but you can't sweep a series if you don't win game 1. But the Red Sox absolutely should have come into the series thinking we're going to win 2 out of 3, and we've got our ace on the mound on Sunday, but Sunday's a long way away right now. You do not want Garrett Crochet on the mound Sunday against his former team looking to avoid a series sweep. It'd be the second straight series. One thing against the Blue Jays, another thing altogether against the White Sox. And the White Sox last year were dreadful. All-time worst, 121 losses. Are they going to lose 121 again this year? No. You've seen my drop. You're going to see some of those other guys up. Teal probably isn't that far off. Yasmani Grandal, get those at-bats in. And you know what? If you think you need 45 at-bats and you need an extended stay in the minors, no. You need to come up and get behind the plate. Because right now, and I don't even know where Yasmani Grandal is at this stage in his career in terms of defensive ability behind the plate, but it's better than what is there right now. No idea on how long Connor Wong is going to be down. And he did not get off to a great start offensively. And it's time to sit some guys. I want to see Romy Gonzalez, David Hamilton. I want to see these guys. Ref Snyder. I want to see those. I want to see a change in the lineup on Saturday. I really would like to see that. We'll see. Speaking of the lineup, wasn't surprised that it was Duran, Devers, Bregman, Casas, Story, Abreu, but I'd like to see it. You got left, right, left. And I understand how they're breaking it, putting that together. But move it around. Put Devers in the number 3 spot. 5 straight games for the Red Sox without a home run. Tristan Casas entered Friday 3 for 40 against right-handed pitching with no extra base hits. He did have a double on Friday. And in those 40 at-bats, striking out 15 times against righties, against the opposite hand, against the side you should be dominating against. There was one more I wanted to find here, and I don't. Here it is. Here are the numbers entering Friday. And I mentioned earlier, Story was the first guy to reach as the leadoff man in the 4th inning, and he was left. 3 strikeouts. There's not much in the bottom of that batting order right now at all. But the Red Sox entering through their first 14 games, 25 for 116 for batters leading off an inning. Okay, take that in. 25 for 116. Add 12 walks in there. On base 37 times as a leadoff man to start an inning. Not Duran to start off the game, but on base 37 times to start off an inning. 2 runs scored. When the leadoff man is reached in the previous 14 games, 37 times with hits and walks combined, scoring just 2 runs. That's on baseballreference.com. That is your number of the night. That is your futility. That is your frustration with this Red Sox team right now. I don't have answers for you. I've got suggestions, but I'm not the manager, and I'm not making a huge salary at the major league level. Either are you. But you got to tinker. You got to move things around. And it's not about egos right now. It's about production and putting these guys, hey, you've given them everything they need. Everything. They want for nothing, but they need to produce. They're at the big league level. That's first and foremost, and really it becomes the only thing. That's where you're at the big league level. Right now for the Red Sox, it's not happening. 5 errors, 7 hits, embarrassing loss to the White Sox. Richard Fitz goes Saturday, Crochet on Sunday. Then it's off for a 3-game series in Tampa, Florida against the Rays. We'll be with you Saturday. Check in on the Celtics. We'll be on within minutes of the final out. Game 2 of the 3-game series in Chicago. Red Sox, White Sox. Locked On Sports. Your team, your Red Sox every day. Feast or famine, going well or just struggle bus. And that's where they're at right now.